just £600, I bought the cheapest Volkswagen Fox money could buy on the internet. The steering doesn't work properly because the power steering pump is broken. You can't read the mileage on the dashboard. The door and the wing are dented, and there's a whole host of other things that need to be sorted out on this car. But why did we buy it? I'm on a mission to trade £500 cash into my ultimate dream transporter. And to get in a position where I can buy one, I need to flip, restore these old bangers to trade our profit up to get enough money to be able to buy one. This is going to be a long journey, but over time, I'm hoping to make enough profit so we can make that dream come true. But we need to crack on, get some jobs fixed on the Fox, because we aren't going to get anywhere near that with selling this car the way it is. PAS then, power assisted steering. How does it work? Basically, it's a hydraulic pump that pumps hydraulic fluid to assist you when steering. The hydraulic fluid is pressurized through a pump driven by the engine. The fluid intensifies the force from the steering, making it nice and easy for you to turn the steering wheel. Now, on gravel, steering locks come on. On gravel, it will turn easy because it's on a surface which is moving underneath the tyre, making it easy for the tyre to move. But on a road, the steering will be virtually impossible and definitely unsafe. So we need to have a look at that and see what the problem is with ours. I'm hoping it's going to be an easy fix, like the fluid needs topping up, because that would definitely save us some money. But we need to get that stripped apart so we can investigate that. On most engines, the power steering reservoir is usually near the bulkhead, somewhere easily accessible, so you can top it up, investigate, all the good things like that. But Volkswagen haven't made it easy on this one. But on our little Fox, it is tucked away right down there, just that little green cap. I don't know if you can actually see it. Now this means we've got to take the wheel off, take the wheel arch plastic trim out, and then we can probably get somewhere near to this thing to even see what's going on with it. We've pulled the wheel arch liner out. Now we can see where the power steering pump is. Now, I don't think I realised how big this thing actually was. So we're going to go ahead and try and remove this, get some part numbers off it, and then we can try and find our replacement.
Now at this point you're probably thinking, well, you just said a power steering pump is powered through the engine. Well, that is definitely not connected via a belt, and it's tucked away inside a wheel arch. Well, yes, this is an electronic power steering pump. Works exactly the same, but instead of being driven by the engine, it's driven by an electric motor, pumping the fluid round instead.
It has escalated a little bit, but it's for good reason. So we whipped the bumper off the little Fox because, one, I couldn't get access to the power steering pump easily, and well, the bumper's got to come off anyway when we change the wing, so I just thought we might as well do it now and save the hassle later on. Well, we've got the power steering pump removed, it's full of fluid, and well, that's a bit disappointing because I was hoping that was always going to be wrong with it. So I guess all that's left now is to find a part number and order a replacement. As you can see, there is fluid coming out of these outlet ports, which means that a lack of fluid isn't our problem. I guess this means we're going to go back to the drawing board, try and find another solution of how we're going to fix this thing. Now, it could be a faulty pump, so we're still going to investigate that and hopefully get a replacement. But if that doesn't fix it, then there's got to be another little gremlin somewhere stopping this thing from working. Also, I do feel a bit like Matt Armstrong because the wheel arch liner on this thing was broken and well, it just crumbled to pieces as I took it apart. So technically I'm rebuilding a crash damaged car. Whilst we're waiting to get parts for this thing, I thought we'd go ahead and try and make some money in a different way. Now, aftermarket sound systems and radios are the hot topic for a new driver. Getting down to Halfords, buying a new DAB Bluetooth radio for their car, but ours has already had that done to it. But I feel we should take this out, reinstall the old one, make it look OEM, and hopefully flip this thing for a bit of profit. So it shouldn't take too much to get this out. Little fascias clipping around it, and hopefully I can take this one off without actually breaking it. Front piece of the fascia off, and this radio should just slide out. And as always, these things come with a whole host of wiring tucked in the back. So that's the new radio in. Obviously I can't play it on here because I get done for copyright. But we can list this one on Facebook for sale and hopefully make, I don't know, 50 quid, if that. It's definitely going to help us get that next step closer. We have had a delivery of the new door. Now as you can see, it does look pretty good. I thought there was a big dent and damage across the top, but it looks actually pretty decent. I will admit though, it is quite grubby and there is a few little bits I'm not quite happy with, but for a small fee, I don't think it's too bad. This has got electric windows, but worst case scenario, if the wiring's different, we can always swap it over. We're now going to have a stab at trying to swap these doors over. I've pushed my old man's car outside and I've brought the Fox inside to shelter from the rain whilst we do this.
We kicked it off by removing the check strap, unplugged the door from the car, and then the 13mm nuts that hold the hinges together. And then, well, not very carefully, I decided to just drop the door on the floor and went from there.
So just like that, the door is now off and well, we've got a Kanye West style little Fox. That was easy because I don't really care about the door and I weren't that worried about scuffing it. So I think I better get some protection out so we don't mark the other door any more than it already is. Just an update on where we are at then. So we have got a door on and the wing has come off. Well, I had to get the wing off to be able to get the door on properly. Now the door all works as it should do. I used the packaging that the door came on to help me get the door somewhat near where it needed to be, and then I only had a small lift to get it on the hinges. But there is a small problem with the door. Now I knew this was going to be a thing because the door we've got is electric windows, electric mirrors, and it's a little bit better than the door we've got, which is manual windows, no electric mirrors. I was thinking that the motor wouldn't be too much of a problem, but I think I've got to strip the whole door completely naked and then transfer everything over from the old door to the new one. Which doesn't sound like a lot of work, but everything is pretty much riveted in, which will be a bit of a faff really. I guess I've got a lot more work planned out for me than I thought I was going to have.
So you can see me here drilling out the rivets that are holding on the window mech on the new door so we can get it out and get the manual mech in. I'm now reinstalling the handle and the lock mechanism. Reinstalled it from the outside as well as obviously inside the door. And then a good old trusty test fit. It all works. This was probably the most fiddly job and I brought it upon myself because I didn't really need to do this, but being heavy handed I ripped the other rubber. So I've took out the old rubber from the other door and put it in the new one. This goes all the way around the outside of the door and inside the door for the window to slide up and down in, keeping a nice weather tight seal to keep the rain out. And well, it fitted a treat.
That's the door swapped over, working absolutely spot on. Unfortunately technology failed us and we didn't get to film as much as we wanted to, but you can see it here in all its glory. Nice little fit, It's a good match for the paint. We just need to get a wing nail just to finish this side off, and then we'll definitely be making some really good progress. I've got a bit of consumer advice for you. When you go to the supermarket, you can sign up to a reward scheme such as Nectar for Sainsbury's to earn valuable points when you shop. You also get a valuable card which can be used to remove the badges off your car when you no longer want them, which is what we're going to do now. Now the car's debadged, I think it's only right that we check to see how much we're actually into this car. So, the car itself cost us £600. Diesel going down there cost £120. My dad's Land Rover is definitely thirsty. The Vago and temporary insurance cost £26.81. The new door with postage costs £155. We have got some other bits coming, but let's just add up and see how much altogether the little fox owes us. 600 plus 120 plus £26.81 plus £150. We're in this car at £901.81. It's safe to say we still need a wing and a power steering pump. Now we're going to have to try and find the cheapest ones possible because I don't really want to go over £1,000 mark on this one. So we're getting a bit close. But I guess you're going to have to follow along with this journey to find out whether we go over that £1,000 mark. And most importantly, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have enjoyed this video, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.